Hey, how you guys doing? It's Black Vader. I'm doing another reading of the Code by Neely Fuller. Last time I went over four basic entitlements towards the production of justice, two basic qualifications which I spelled wrong, and I'm editing it right now. Why race? Three basic types of people in the known universe. Six most important characteristics of racist man and racist woman. Today, I'm going to be going over three basic characteristics of racist. And I think I'm just going to leave it as that title. I may even read further more than that. But I feel like if I just leave it at that title but oh, man, there's just so much. There's so much good stuff that you can make a individual video on each and everything Neely says. Like just this part right here. I'm doing just this little extra right here, but I can just keep going on and keep reading for at least to a while, and it can still be used as the characteristics of races, so like, comment, subscribe. It's Black Vader, but this is my first YouTube channel. I'm just reading from here. I was just really just seeing if people were able and willing to be able to listen to me read the code, and for some reason the views are growing. So I'm gonna keep going until what they say, until the world blow, in Chicago. So in Chicago, like we like saying, until the world blow, till the world blow. So I'm gonna keep going until the world blow, or until I feel like I'm not able to. But I really appreciate the support and allowing me to stay on code, at least in some way, shape, or form. So I can be a crappy person, but if I just stay on code for at least about 1 minute a day or 1 minute out of the year, I appreciate the fact that you guys were allowing me to stay on code, because my 1 minute out of the year may change someone's life. That minute might change someone's life and will end the system of white supremacy racism dominating all areas of thought, activity, and action, and everything that we see. So the irony, I'm just wearing the shirt today. I'm seeing Spider-Man later, right at 4:20. You know what time it is. So I've been trying to dodge YouTube videos and spoilers off social media all day, but that's not the case. I'm just gonna go back in the code, but Black is taking over. That's all I'm saying. So, three basic characteristics of racist white supremacists. According to compensatory counter-racist logic, there is reason to believe that there are three basic characteristics of racist. 1. Powerful. 2. Smart and or sophisticated. And number 3, malicious and or hostile. So, three basic characteristics. You can probably turn off this video right now. That's it. You can go. Powerful, smart, malicious. Here's the explanation, though. The racist white supremacists, by comparison and in relationship to non-white people, are the most powerful of all the people in the known universe. The racist white supremacist, by comparison, and in relationship to non-white people, are the most powerful people in the of all people of the known universe. Go outside right now. Look around. Who's the most powerful people? The white supremacists. Literally, go outside right now. Who is in control? But that's just my little take for it. But let me take my part up. Okay. The racist white supremacists, by comparison, in relationship to non-white people, are the most powerful of all the people of the known universe. They are willing and able to dominate all non-white people at all times, in all places, in the known universe, in all areas of activity. What are you watching this video on? What am I making this video on? A iMac. Who created the iMac? Who created the internet? The government. In 1990, they gave the internet software to Google for search. It wasn't no black guy. Do you understand? What did they do? Okay, let me go off topic. What did they do when they try to look for someone who committed a crime? You follow the money. You follow the money. Whose face is on the money? Who controls the money? Who distributes the money? They are willing and able to dominate all non-white people at all times in all areas in the known universe in all areas of activity. The white supremacists are smart. They are very sophisticated. They have a great deal of knowledge and understanding of many things. They are not naive or simple-minded. Their thought, speech, and action are usually complex, are greatly involved in form and technique, like basketball. Who's telling y'all niggas to play basketball? Who's y'all? They are very misleading of others and very clever in doing so. The white supremacists are malicious. They are hostile. They are willfully and deliberately practice great deceit and great violence against people classified as non-white. They do this for the purpose of maintaining permanent domination and to glorify white supremacy as being the best of all possible forms of existence in any place at all times throughout the universe, both known and unknown. So just because you don't know something doesn't mean somebody else don't. And just because you don't know somebody is harming you doesn't mean that they're not indirectly. In a way, that's my take from it. Okay. I'm going to go also into the 3 basic characteristics of non-white people. I'm going to call it the 3 basic characteristics of racist and 3 basic characteristics of non-white people. So racist, non-white people. Okay. According to compensatory counter-racist logic, there is reason to believe that there are 3 basic characteristics of non-white people. 1, the truth hurts. 1, powerless and pitiful. 2, primitive and are ignorant. And 3, stupid and are silly. I use even myself for an example. I'm a 31-year-old grown man going to see a Spider-Man movie that I always loved since I was, 2001. That is goofy as fuck. That is goofy as fuck. And millions of men, millions of black men, millions of men all around. I mean, Spider-Man is inspiring to help people, to look out for others and stuff like that. I'm a nerd. I draw Spider-Man all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I feel like, is it really constructive? You know, it's fun, but is it really constructive to me as a human being at the same time? And I think that's important that black men specifically, we need to spare our lives in terms of staying out of trouble so we can attain knowledge to move forward and do the right things. But if we are enjoying the comforts of life too much, we are not living in reality. Whether we are drinking, whether we are smoking, whether we are showing off to other people, What does that do? What does showing off, what does smoking, what does drinking, what does partying do for other people except for make us feel good real quick before we have to go back on the fields, you know? So, damn, I'm 10 minutes in, boy. Okay, so that was just me. And just the things people like in this world is very low level, low vibrational. Even just a nice car. I mean, a car that does good, an average car, like I don't know, I wasn't gonna say Nissan, but like a Kia or whatever, something like that, something basic, is decent. But we have desires to drive Rolls Royces, Phantoms, ain't that the same thing? Lambos, things with European names on them, with a European sleek design. And yet, there's not one black car on this road at all. All races of people, all type of people got their own cars, but we don't have our own car on the road. So I'm gonna put the energy out there right now. That was spit. That was nasty. I'm gonna put the energy out there right now for a black person or black people, so we can have our own Teslas, so we can have our own things, and for it to be affordable like Henry Ford did for his people. So I'm gonna mentally put the energy out there. I'm gonna also put the physical energy out there for someone to make automobiles for us so we can drive and we can be independent as well, and we can also pass on the love of that automobile because it will be of right desire. Maybe not the first time, and maybe it looks ugly like a Tesla. I think Teslas are, I don't know, ugly, to be honest. But if it does the job, it does the job it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You don't. A lot of people buy the car for the design or the name of it. I'm going off on a tangent to see. This is what happens again. Neely Full is right. So non-white people by comparison are in relationship. Oh, there's the explanation. Non-white people by comparison are in relationship to white supremacist racists are powerless and pitiful. Non-white people are pitiful because of their lack of power and or because of their lack of will and ability to think, speak, and act effectively against injustice. I'll read that one more time. Non-white people, by comparison, are in relationship to the white supremacist racists are powerless and pitiful. Non-white people are pitiful because of their lack of power and because of their lack of will and ability to think, speak, or act effectively against injustice. In a world of socio-material system dominated by white supremacy racism, the words powerless and pitiful are the terms to best describe all non-white people, both individually and collectively at all times, in all places, in all areas of activity, including economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, war, and counterwar. Some may or may not be primitive, some may or may not be stupid or silly, but all are powerless and pitiful compared to the white supremacists. And I agree. You put all black people's money on one side of the room, you put all the white people's money on one side of the room. And then you just look. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Just look. And then you put the money together and be like, okay, we're going to put this out evenly. How do y'all feel about that? And just look. And just look. And just look at what people say. What people's excuses are for why this money cannot be distributed equally. Even though we share the same air. We share the same world. So I'm not trying to call myself a communist or anything because I don't have the answers to everything. But I'm just like, because I feel like there's definitely a need. No, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm going back to reading. Of all the white people of the known universe, it is those white people who practice white supremacy racism that have the greatest will and greatest ability to do whatever they choose to do in all areas of activity. They have shown through the practice of white supremacy that they have great will and great ability to subjugate non-white people through the skilled use of deceit and violence. They maintain this subjugation through the day-to-day code of thought, speech, or action, utilizing a variety of words and deeds in a manner that promotes falsehood, non-justice, and incorrectness. Non-white people, however, because of a lack of will and ability in one or more areas of activity, are both powerless and pitiful in comparison to the white supremacist racists who are subjugating them. The term pitiful best describes all non-white people. Non-white people, by comparison and in relationship to the white supremacist racists, are most of the time in most areas of activity primitive. That means you catching up, boy. Primal. This means that they are relatively simple-minded, elementary in thought, speech, and action. It means that they are comparatively not greatly evolved in knowledge and understanding of most things. In most areas of activity, they are not smart or sophisticated in their attempts to prevent being subjugated by white supremacists. They are usually easily fascinated, deceived, victimized by any white person who believes in and knows how to practice racism, white supremacy. So, let me ask you one question, non-white person who's watching this. If a known white supremacist came up to you right now and said, "Hello, I am a white supremacist," what are you going to do? Are you going to say hi? You're going to fight? You're going to flight? Personally, I just treat it like anybody else. Like, I'm just going to walk away. Or just talk, because in this world, you might be everybody. So, like, in this world, you never know who you're dealing with in terms of white supremacy, in terms of what other people are thinking and what they're feeling. A lot of times, black people with good intentions are very aggressive and assholes. White people with good intentions are very nice. I mean, white people with bad intentions can be very nice, but manipulative. So, you gotta take shit with a grain of salt. Continuing. Primitive people are not necessarily savage or brutal. Many of them are very non-offending. Many of them are very, very meek. However, those non-white people who best fit the description of primitive are people who do not know or understand very much as compared to a smarter and more sophisticated people, such as the white supremacists. Non-white people lack both the will and the ability to do most of the things that need to be done to produce justice and correctness. The white supremacists, by comparison, only lack the will. They got the tools. They just ain't gonna do it. They have the ability, but refuse to use it. In this regard, the white supremacists are not as primitive as their subjects, but they are definitely more savage. Non-white people, by comparison, and in relationship to The white supremacists are, most of the time in most areas of activity, stupid and or silly. Most of them, most of the time, do not think, speak, or act seriously and effectively in a manner that helps to promote the elimination of racism and the establishment of justice and correctness. Since it is they who are the victims of injustice and incorrectness that is greatly promoted through racism, white supremacy, the non-white people of the known universe can be correctly judged as stupid and silly when compared to the racist white supremacists. The racists are powerful, smart, and malicious. They are unjust, but they are not stupid, and they are not silly. They know what needs to be done, and they're smart enough and powerful enough to do it. They know that justice should be produced, but they refuse to produce it. Their victims, the non-white people, when willing, simply do not know how to produce it. It is, however, correct for them to always try. It is their duty to always try. Consider the circumstances. The establishment of justice may be the assigned mission to all non-white people of the known universe. So that was my 20 minutes plus the 3 basic characteristics of racist and the 3 basic characteristics of non-white people. Thank you guys for watching this. I could probably go on a super tangent because I'm a Libra and I like to talk. And I like to talk about things that interest me and interest the world. And mentally, I'm just over this money thing. Like this money, this cash world that we're living in. And actually, I'm going to shut up. Shut up. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. Please stay on code. And please remind me to stay on code and shut up and just read this book. Because as black folk, we like to talk about everything but things that matter and things that should matter. And I want to stay on code with things that matter. So I think eventually, maybe when I reach like 100 subscribers or something, I'll throw the Cash App out there because maybe I'll put it in work or something like that. But until then, I'm gonna keep earning the squad and earning you guys' favor. I think when the people decide who's in control, that's how real revolutions is won. And I don't want to be in control. I just want to read, and I want to be able to read to you guys because Neely Full is right. It's like people who have absolute power, they turn absolutely evil, and I just think we just need justice, to find justice and to find love. And I think that's in a day-to-day. I think, when we practice justice day-to-day, do things day-to-day, it becomes a part of who we are. But we have to have that intention to do this day-to-day. So thank you so much for allowing me to have that intention, and I appreciate you guys, and I love everyone who's watching this, even my haters, especially if y'all watch for 23 minutes and about 45 seconds. I really appreciate it, and I love you guys. Also, type in Blak Vader at the top, just BLAK space VADER. I got my music in that YouTube page. Maybe I'll leave a link or something. But you guys enjoy your time and enjoy life. I love you all. Peace.